In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use the Farming Upgrade plugin. So first, we'll see if the plugin has been downloaded correctly or installed correctly. It's the Farming Upgrade right there. It's in green, so that means I have installed it correctly. So what this plugin does is that it allows you to plant, harvest, and bone meal crops easily. So I will show you that. Let's get a bunch of hoes. Let's get one hoe, stone, iron, gold, diamond, and we'll get the netherite hoe as well. It will work if you're opt or you're not. Either way, it will work if you have the plugin installed correctly. So this is a wheat farm that has been planted already, and this is the plot of land that hasn't been farmed on. So let's harvest the wheat. I'm going to hold the wooden hoe and tack there and see it automatically plants a crop where I attacked. Now you can see the wooden hoe did just one. Now we'll do the stone hoe. That also does just one. And now the iron and gold hoe will do the same thing. So if I attack one spot, it does a 3x3 and will automatically plant the crops too. So if I go into game mode survival, go to this side, I have a stack of seeds. We go right here, attack. As you can see, it picks up the wheat, 9 wheat, and I have extra seeds in my inventory. So yes, it does work when you're in survival. Now I'm going to use the diamond hoe or the netherite hoe. They both should do the same thing. If I attack right there, it does a 5x5 and it will automatically plant all the crops there. Now if I go into game mode creative, because I only have one bone meal, and I bone meal one spot, it will bone meal in a 3x3 area around it. You can change how much bone meals in the config. You can also change the area that each tool farms in the config as well. So as you can see, it makes bone mealing a lot easier too. Let's use the netherite hoe, also a 5x5. Now let's go over here. If say I have the wooden hoe in my offhand and I'm holding seeds down and I plant, it plants one. If I hold the stone hoe in my hand, it plants one. If I hold the iron hoe, it plants a 3x3. If I hold the diamond hoe, it does a 5x5. So pretty much the exact same that you can mine, it will plant. So it makes planting crops a lot easier. And again, if I wanted to bone meal it, I'll just use the bone meal, and it still does a 3x3 even with the special tool in your hand. It doesn't matter what tool you have in your hand, the bone meal does the same. It does a 3x3 area. Now let's take a look at the configuration. This is the config. So tool upgrade. So let's say if it has efficiency. So let's go over here, and again, just reminder, it does a 3x3 for the iron hoe. But if I do enchant efficiency 4, for example, and dig right here, it does a 5x5. So it can change by efficiency. So if I go take a look at the config, radius per efficiency, it will add a 3. It will add a 0.3 to it, but then the final product is rounded down. So this is actually 0. But if it's above 5, then it will round up to 1. So 0.6 will round up to 1. Apply unbreaking if you want to do that. If you want the enchantments to be applied to the special tools, only harvest the mature ones. So let's say there's just partly harvested or partly grown. you can attack it and you'll only collect those ones. The replant delays, that is like when you break the crop, and then after a while it doesn't do it instantly until it turns into seeds. And here are the crops. So the crop is the wheat, and what seeds does it do is the wheat seeds. So make sure to add each one of these if you're adding a new crop. So carrots, what is the seed called? Carrot. Beetroots, netherwort, and the same. So if I have a crop netherwort and I put in wheat seeds here, when I mine the netherwort, it will place wheat seeds instead. So make sure to type that in correctly. And this is the different hoes. So uh it will round down. So wooden hoe was only doing one, so the one block, so that's 0 0. And then 1 is like one block around it. So the iron hoe did the one in the middle, and then it did a 9 by 9 spot. The golden hoe will also do the same. And this is what made the diamond hoe and netherite 5 by 5. So it's like 2 blocks around that middle point. So that will make a 5 by 5. And if you want it bigger or smaller, you can change the ones in here. And you can also change how the farmland would hydrate itself. So if it's like below the water, if the farmland's below the water or above it, you can change the settings in here. Farmland that is not hydrated will eventually turn to dirt. It's set to false right now. You can change it to true if you want it back to vanilla. So this is the bone meal. So remember, 1 is like 1 block around it. That's what made it 3 by 3. You can change it if you want, or how many times you should bone meal with it. You can also change, like, oh, if you bone meal wheat, the growth chance you can change for each one of these, but all these are set to 50. So crops are trampled by walking and running over them. Trample crops by walking is set to false. Farmland can be trampled back to dirt if there's nothing growing on it. True. So if there was no crops on it. So if you here, let me show you. So this is fully grown. If I stomp on it, it will change to seeds. That is what this means. So trampled by walking. So it's false, so it will change to seeds. But if the farmland has nothing on it, then yes, true that it will turn back to dirt if there is nothing planted on it. And there you go. That is it for this tutorial. See you in the next video, and bye!